Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Welcome to Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab. I'm Grant.
I'm Brad.
Oh, I thought we lost him for a second because Brad is coming to us from the volunteer state.
Yeah.
The fuck does that even mean? What is the volunteer
I don't
state?
know.
Like,
I
is that
don't know
something
what
back,
that-
like maybe with a wartime thing?
That's what you would think.
Yeah. I had to Google that shit. I didn't know what it was, and then I had to laugh. You know how Google pulls up like the other questions, like what other people ask?
Yeah.
It said, "Is Tennessee a bad state to live in?" And the answer was basically yes. I don't know why that's a thing and why you would Google that, but it made me laugh.
So what's been going on?
Nothing, man. I've been taking it easy. I've been taking it easy while I can. So, just
Right.
nothing, man. We killed some Zelda. That's done. Breath of the Wild is now finished.
Okay.
Halfway through Halo. Playing some soccer.
Okay.
And I showed Abby. Well, one, I got back into Black Mirror, so I watched a couple episodes of that.
Okay.
And I showed Abby Creep. And
Oh, okay.
she was not a fan. I love that movie. I thought it was really good, but she was not.
I really like both of them.
Yeah, both of them are really good, and she was just kind of like, "What is this movie?" And I was like, "Just watch. Like, you have to watch Mark Duplass like the whole time. It's great."
I actually watched the first one after the Pumpkin Show like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was like going back to the Pumpkin Show the next morning. So I was in a good mood. I didn't have to work the next morning. It was like a Thursday or something like that, and I just really enjoyed it. I don't know if it was because
of that time, or you're in a good
yeah,
mood.
because it was a fun time, but yeah, I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't got nothing, but it sounds like you got, well, I mean, actually, you're out there traveling. I just wrapped up. Kelly and I went to the Moonville Tunnel for the first time together.
Oh, okay. Today?
Yeah, we tried a couple years ago and it did not go well. There's a video on our YouTube page if anybody wants to watch it. But unfortunately, we did not make it to the Moonville Tunnel last time. So we decided to finally go back. Like, it was something we always talked about and then fucking forgot about. So we actually able to go, but it almost turned into a fail again because I realized that it's like the first really, really nice Saturday. And everybody's been in their fucking house for a year. And so there was a lot of people there, and we weren't really able to, do the ghost hunting thing.
Right.
We did a little bit, but it was kind of awkward when people would just like walk through and we're sitting there trying to fucking talk to a brick wall.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so that's my traveling. What about your traveling?
Well, last weekend was crazy. So I ended up going to the flea market at the drive-in.
Oh, okay. That's the one you went to
in Columbus
the
Day.
other time, right?
No, I'd never been there.
The South
This was
one?
the first time for me.
The South Drive-In, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the South High. And so it was pretty good. So then right afterwards, we went to a garage sale that was like right over by there.
Oh man, it's
And
like
the
you were
garage sale
winning on
was-
this day, man.
It was just crazy. You have no idea. So I spent all the money I had.
All
like
of
even
it.
Cameron Cameron had to give me his money too, because I went in and they had just like shelves and shelves of DVDs. But as I started, they were like $1 a disc, is what the guy said. So as I started to look at them, I was like, at first you're like, yeah, whatever. But then as you started looking at them, it was like they were all brand new,
Okay.
and it was all a bunch of weird stuff, but good weird stuff, like horror movies and a whole bunch of concert DVDs. And I was like, I started to kind of like scan them for eBay, and like I was finding DVDs that were worth $70,
Okay.
brand new.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. So I started going, and then I found like a CD DVD combo recorders where it records the VHS to a DVD, which those are hot.
Yeah.
And so I ended up going back Sunday and spending $200 more.
Jesus.
And so I started listing on eBay pretty aggressively. And this week has just been crazy because I was covering for somebody at work. So work was crazy. And then when I would get off, I would have to start packaging stuff up because things were going so crazy.
Mhm.
I mean, I was selling, there was nights where I would sell 15 or 20 items in a night. And then one guy bought $600 worth of DVDs from me.
Yeah. Now, is that
for like 20 DVDs?
is that like a box per, like, so you say 15 orders? Is that 15 boxes you're having to deal with now?
Yes. And that was daily. And I mean, it was worth it though. Like
Yeah.
in the long run, it was. Yeah, I mean, because that DVD VCR combo sold for $250. I mean, so it was
$250.
Yeah.
What the fuck are people like? We have like 10 of those on our shelves at work.
Yeah, they're hot, man. And this one had the box and the controller and everything. So
okay.
People really like that.
I don't know if I can guarantee that, but.
So yeah, I mean, it was crazy. But I mean, one guy just kept buying DVDs, and then I was like, "Hey, do you want to see what I haven't listed yet?" So then I sent him a picture, and he took those out. And then I was like, and he offered me $250 for everything, and I was like, man, if I were to list these, I'd be at like $700. I don't expect you to pay $700, but we got to meet somewhere in the middle. And he was like, how about $425? And then he had already bought a whole bunch of other stuff, and I was like, okay. Like I said, I bought like 130 DVDs, and it was like for 20 of them, and it's like, all right. So it was a crazy week. So then my printer ran out of ink, and then I'm struggling to like pack, and you know what I mean, like get done with work.
Just any little thing that goes wrong could throw everything off.
Yes, and it was just the craziest week. So that's why I struggled so much to do this. But yeah, and then we drove, and then driving here today was a fucking mess.
Oh, you just got there?
Yeah, we drove here today. So we're like an hour in, and all of a sudden not an hour in, we get to Kentucky. So it's like an hour and 45.
Yeah,
my daughter just pukes in the backseat.
Sorry to laugh, but in my head I just see her like smiling and having fun and shit, and then it just like erupts out of her mouth.
That's basically what it was.
For any reason? Like, did she eat something?
We don't know. I mean, we think it might have been, she's never really played she was playing Roblox in the car on her phone. I don't know if she got a little motion sickness.
Yeah, okay.
That's because she was fine after that, like, and she wanted to eat, and she was okay. I mean, she was upset that it happened. So then we pulled off, and then it's like, well, what should we do? Should we keep going? You know what I mean? And it's a tough. And then we hit traffic, like probably we got like literally stopped. And each time was different, but about 6 times.
Dude, every time I go to Tennessee, I hit fucking something. Like it takes me so long to get anywhere. Like Nashville, it'll take me 8 hours, even though it's like a 5-hour trip.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It took us 8 hours for a 5-hour trip, and it was just like it rained the entire time. It was just a dreadful drive down. So thankful to finally be here, and it seems like she's feeling okay. But
how long you there?
We're here till Wednesday.
Do you have anything planned, or is it just all hikes and staying there?
Some hiking. We're on a lake, so we brought our kayaks and paddle boards and stuff like that. So
yeah, man, it's getting closer. Like the time that you're gonna get so many fucking texts between you and Brandy, where it's just I'm gonna need help with everything with these kayaks.
Right. I did watch some stuff though.
Okay.
I watched.
Well, you got to do something when you're packing up the DVDs.
I do. Let's see here. I watched Bubba Hotep, which I haven't watched in a long time, and I love that movie.
It's really good.
It's so funny and so ridiculous, but somehow it doesn't feel super ridiculous when you're watching it.
No, like, the idea, I mean, you read the back of it probably, and you're like, what the hell is this? Like, what am I about to do?
Yeah, this movie couldn't be good. But then you kind of forget about it as you're watching it, and it's just really good. It's hilarious, and it's fun. And
I will say it's one actual, like, movie or TV show where you actually forget that that's Ash. Like, Bruce Campbell actually gets to be somebody else, I feel.
Yeah, totally. And then I watched something else, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was True Romance.
Oh yeah,
the Kristen Slater vehicle.
so many fucking people in that movie. But I mean, I guess he's the guy. I mean, he is the main guy.
Yes, he's the main character.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while, but I got it on Blu-ray not too long ago, so I decided to watch it. Really good movie.
Mhm.
And then I watched 2 documentaries. I watched the movie on Hulu. I'm sure you've seen it. I think it's called Kid 90 or 90 Kid, one of the two.
Oh, I saw the trailer. I didn't watch it yet.
It's the Salil Moonfry. It's like her documentary from when she was a kid, and really good. And then right afterwards, I watched You Can't Kill David Arquette.
Fuck. See, yeah, you're hitting the two that, and I completely forgot. I did watch the last Blockbuster documentary, just to throw that in there real quick.
That's the next one on my list
Okay.
because I enjoyed them both so much.
Mhm.
And you definitely have to watch Can't Kill David Arquette. It's very enjoyable, especially for a wrestling fan.
No, yeah, those are like those two. Since I saw the not mid '90s, that's the other movie. What was it called again? 90 Kid. I do. I am really interested in it. So those are the two that are on top right now that I want to watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed both of them a lot. So yeah, that's what I watched.
But yeah, with so you did watch the last Blockbuster.
No, that's next.
Okay,
that's next on my list.
Yeah, we had a talk. Abby watched it with me, and she asked me. She was like, "Have you ever thought about making the trek?" And I was like, "I actually have, especially when it was in Alaska, because I've been wanting to go to Alaska anyways. But now that it's just in Oregon, I was like, yeah, Oregon's a lot easier to get to." And I was like, "Of course, like I'd want you to come with me." I was like, "But here's the problem: you can't come into the store with me when I go in." And she was just like, "Why?" And I was like, "You're gonna laugh, but I guarantee when I walk into that store and like I hear the ding and I smell it, like I'm gonna cry." And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You have to realize that like being a kid and then being a teenager in a high school and then getting a job there and working there for as long as I did, like it was like Blockbuster was a part of my life. Like I was always there,
Sure.
or always interacting with it, and then working there in Florida, and I was like, and then all of a sudden it got taken away, and it's like one of those things where you just put out of your head of like, I'll never go into another Blockbuster, so I'm not going to think about it. And then so it's like that moment I know that like if I smell it, if it smells right, like I'll lose it in the Blockbuster.
Right.
But yeah, I mean the documentary, I mean I didn't know exactly what they're going to do. I don't know, and I knew a lot of the information anyways, but it's still like worth a watch, especially growing up when we did.
Right. Well, it's really funny that it's like the people that made the documentary are the reason
Yeah. that's gone.
Blockbuster doesn't exist. Yeah.
Yeah. And they do kind of like they talk about it and they try to take some of the blame off. But I mean, it's the idea of going somewhere and then the late fees, like it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just, it doesn't make any sense when you can just pop a movie up, like on your TV within a couple seconds. Why would you go and they might have your movie,
Right. Well, and like you said, the late fees were crazy ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's and then once they got rid of the late fees, they lost all the fucking money from the late fees. So like they weren't going to last, I don't think.
No.
But for a time, it was great.
It was.
But yeah.
That's all I got, man.
That's all you got? Well, then I guess do you want to get into it?
We do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Even though you can't really hide this because the audio is obviously going to change. We talked about, I almost said Sleepaway Camp. We talked about Slaughter High.
Yes, we did. And I really enjoyed this watch.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this a couple weeks ago, actually, and we're recording the intro to it now.
Yeah.
To be fair. Yes. So this was actually recorded a couple weeks ago, and then we were like, well, let's not record the intro now. We'll just do it in a couple weeks when the actual podcast is coming out.
Well, we need something to talk about. You were right. It was just like we could do it all now, but yeah, you went down to Tennessee. We got to talk about that. I got to learn something.
Yeah,
I learned about the volunteer state.
Exactly.
So
yeah, it was good stuff. This was a fun watch, and I do recommend it for anybody who, especially if you like slasher movies. It was definitely up there for a slasher movie.
It is up there. It's not. I mean, it's obviously it's going to still be a cookie cutter because a lot of slasher movies are. But this one just has a charm about it that it makes you stick in your, like, I will remember this movie and I'll watch it again. I won't just throw it away like in some other one, you know?
Right. Yeah. Totally.
So yeah. And then, so what do I do now? I put in the music.
Yep.
Okay. I'll put in the music now.
The movie we decided to watch.
This is another one from the lists.
It is.
This is from your list, though.
Yes.
Yes.
And we started watching it, and we were going to watch April Fool's Day
Yes.
for April Fool's, and then we realized.
You realized I didn't
Yeah.
because we went into this sight unseen. I just Slaughter High. I just figured some cheesy high school movie, somebody gets killed or a bunch of people get killed by one person. Then Brad texted me. He's like, "Have you fucking watched April Fool's Day? You fuck." I'm like, no, I haven't actually. I'm about to sit down and watch Slaughter High. Well, we already got an April Fool's Day movie.
We do.
We didn't
Look
even
no
need
further.
to. Look no further. And that's not an April Fool's joke at all. We're telling you 100% truth. So Slaughter High. The other thing I realized too, we've done so many of these, and I used to do at the beginning, and now I completely forgot. I should be better at like, this movie came out this year, directed by this person, blah,
That's
blah,
true.
blah. And we're always just like, you know what this movie is. Slaughter High. Let's get into it. But
Do you have that information?
no.
Okay.
But
Good.
good. Yeah. You know what? Why fix what's not broken? Which I had another idea real quick that already derailed this. We haven't actually started, I guess. I don't know. I haven't listened to him in a long time. And this might be a bad idea. I don't know what we talked about 10, 11 years ago. But I thought I wanted to do something cheesy. The shit that I say that I never want to do, like other podcasts. And I thought, like, if we get to a certain number of, like, downloads or something, or ratings, we should release a bonus episode. And you know what bonus episode that should be? Something from Grad Dickhorn.
Oh.
Or Johnny Idiot Face. But I don't know, because Johnny Idiot Face was more of a holiday thing.
Yeah. We could do that, though.
But Grad Dickhorn, we could just pop it out there. Like, this is the third attempt at a podcast, for one reason or another, that we've done. And we started one in 2010?
I would say
It was like
2008.
it was like right when I moved into the house.
2008, I think it would have been.
And so it was just us talking. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was right when I think both of us kind of started getting into podcasts and like, we can do this. We had a little 4-track that went into my computer, and we used like the same microphone. I feel like we put a microphone in front of us and just talked to each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the quality, but I thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah.
And I'm giving no information. So like, do something for us,
There you go.
and then we'll put it out there.
There you go.
And details to come. Like, share, and subscribe. Slaughterhouse. High. Not right. Slaughter High. Flip that. Reverse it.
Yeah.
So then
Strike.
it starts out.
Doddsville County High School.
I always say the same thing. Love the music and the bad graphics.
Yes.
It's just like, brr, 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 brr. And there's one thing that's going to become very apparent the more you get into this movie, and it's like a fucking carbon copy when you get towards the end. Harry Manfredini wrote all the music for this.
Okay.
That is the same guy that wrote the music for every single Friday, the 13th. So you're going to hear a lot of fucking violins, and you're going to hear a lot of...
Yeah.
And this movie did not fucking disappoint in that
Yeah,
at all.
it did have a lot
And
of
then
that.
there was one, I swear to God, there's one part of this movie that is lifted. Like, they didn't change a thing. They just they took the Friday the 13th soundtrack, or one of them, and dropped it in. And then even if you watch Friday the 13th Part 3 with the disco Jason, that is in this fucking movie at one point or another. So yeah, it made me happy. I wasn't mad. But you can tell this movie almost had no money. But then it somehow does. It was weird.
I thought this movie, for what it was super well done.
Yes.
Kept me interested pretty much the whole time.
And this is my territory.
Yes.
Slasher territory.
Yes.
Teens getting killed. But I don't know if you would say that you liked all the teens, but you at least like got to know them.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
Which I guess they weren't teens, because the first fucking shot we see is someone who should be a hot mom
Yes.
in high school. This woman's over 30.
Probably.
In high school, she's obviously probably the popular girl. She's attractive girl at Doddsville High School. And she is...
Doddsville County High School.
I wrote Doddsville High School.
It's Doddsville County High School.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm hoping.
Well,
At this point, now that I said it so emphatically.
Well, we'll see. And I wrote the word feels, and instead of 2 E's, I put 2 3's. Don't know how that happened. But yeah, so there's this girl, attractive girl.
Pretty cool, really.
Yeah, and she's what? It looks cool.
Yeah.
F33LS.
Skater.
Hey, I'm a skater boy. I said, see you later, boy.
He wasn't good enough for her, and now she's a movie star. It's playing on his guitar.
Are those the words?
Probably not. Why'd you have to go make things so
Complicated.
complicated?
I see the way
You're acting like somebody else. It
gets me frustrated.
Our life's like this too.
And you go, and you go, and you break, and you think, and you get, and you just
Nothing even helps this. Yeah, I don't know it either.
And there's like an echo, but my voice is dried out now. So, fucking, there is, once again, for like the 4th time, there's an older looking woman dragging this fucking...
Doddsville County High School.
We're in Doddsville County High School. There's this older woman trying to drag this fucking, the nerd. He's a nerd. Let's just point it where it is.
Melvin Nerdly.
Yeah, we're allowed to say this now. Nerd, he's got glasses.
He does.
And he's just super confident in himself. He thinks that he
He
on
is-
his
he
own
is-
is pulling this.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, there's no way he can pull this type of girl. And he's like, well, I mean, I have sex with so many women that I don't know if I have enough time for you, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
And so, yeah, like you can tell something's kind of up because there's no reason this should be happening. And she's kind of leading him towards the girl. Like she takes him into the girl's locker room.
yeah, and he doesn't. He's like, I don't know if I should go in there.
Nah,
She's like, it's fine, dude. Just go in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a girl.
And you see like a whole camera crew, like, and like people like kind of following them, and they're like, tee hee hee, and yeah,
Oh, God, this is going to be funny.
it's gonna be awesome.
And then she gets him in the shower. She gets him naked with like the worst. Like, how could you trust this girl? She's like, take off your clothes. He's like, are you going to take yours off? She's like, eh. It's like, you know how sex works. Like, I at least need to get to the downtown part. He's
Yeah.
like, get in the shower and then I'll join you. He's like, well, okay. He's like, what, you never done it in a shower before? It's like 6 times.
Yeah, he's yesterday.
And yesterday. So then he gets in the shower, starts taking it. Or no, yeah, he doesn't start taking a shower yet, does he?
No,
Because she kind of turns it on for him.
Yeah, there's no shower. He still has his clothes
But
on.
he's-
for the most
he's-
part.
he's
He gets out a condom. He starts like blowing it up with his mouth,
Yeah.
which is
And then there's a little thing in the shower that says Marty sucks.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why that would be written in the girls' locker room, but it says, and the guy's name, the nerd's name is Marty, and he changes it to Marty fucks.
he's like, I know how to change this.
Yeah, he's like, that's easy, an S to an F. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not easy
It's
at
not.
all.
It's gonna look fucking weird. Then it's gonna be like Marty Ucks.
For a great truck.
What?
No, Buick.
What are you talking
The
about?
Roadhouse.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's like. The main guy who owns the Double Deuce. It's like for a great fuck, call this, and he's
Oh.
like, and he changes it rather than truck. He puts it to Buick. He like throws an I in there, and I'm like between the U and the C.
So then the camera crew walks in while he's in the shower.
Yeah, they're like 10 people.
She turns the water on, and the janitor walks by, and he's like, "No damn kids."
Yeah,
I'm like, "Oh, I'm not touching this with a 100-foot pole.
nope, he doesn't want anything to do with it.
Like, let the girls do the girls.
So he
things."
gets, and the kid gets naked. Marty gets naked, and they're like 10 people.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't you get naked?
Like, yeah, I don't
I mean-
know. It seems awfully suspicious.
It does. I mean, I would have been out when I was like, "Hey, should we get in the shower together?"
Yeah, why don't we
He's
just like do this at our house or like in the woods?
But I think that he's too excited because,
Yeah.
in all reality, I don't think he's getting laid.
Right.
So then, we find out it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Poor Marty.
Poor,
April Fool's Day. April 1st is his birthday, Marty.
yeah, it's not good.
So then the crew gets set cameras. One person's wearing a jester hat. A jester hat.
Yeah.
Remember
well,
that
mask.
for
It's
later.
a mask,
Mask,
then,
yeah.
too.
They pull that fucking curtain back, and he's dick out just in the fucking shower.
Yeah.
And they just start they
start poking him and shocking him, and then they give him a naked swirly.
yeah. And I couldn't think of what it was, so I called it. Oh, they gave him a naked wet willy.
That's not what that is.
Completely wrong.
And then the coach comes in because the janitor went and got the coach. The coach stops him, and the team captain is there. And Stella was the girl. Stella was the one that led him awry. Hot mom.
Hot mom is Stella. Team captain stayed team captain through all my notes. Maybe he turned a cap at some point, but
I have a name for him, I think.
But then in a weird way, coach comes in. He's like, "What the hell is going on in here with these kids?" Marty sticks up for him. It's like nothing. I may be naked, but absolutely nothing.
Randall Pink Floyd. I see the other crowd you're one with. Don't think I haven't noticed.
So then he's like, "I'm gonna see all y'all guys after school. Y'all have gym detention."
Yeah,
Which I don't know what that is.
attention.
It's a little coin that coach here coined. A little coin. Fuck. A little term that coach here fuck. And then.
You're smooth as Barney.
Dude, I usually have coffee before this. It's not working out for me. And then I have another note about how old these kids are.
Yeah.
And then.
But it makes sense because the way the movie plays out here in a second.
Yeah. And then coach is like, "Where the hell is I thought I had their names. Where the hell is fucking this thing 1 and thing 2? Blah 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 blah."
It's 3:45 in the gym. His coach is berating everybody.
like,
Two guys said sorry they weren't two guys came up to Marty and said they're sorry, and they gave him a joint.
And the one guy looks like Eric Roberts. I had to fucking Google this shit. It's not Eric Roberts. Yeah. And then for some reason I put this coach is amazing. And then
Marty still thinks like the girl was into him.
Yeah.
Like he's that in denial.
Yeah.
He's
like, "You guys fucked it up for me."
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, why'd you guys fucking do that?"
Like, dick was half hard.
Yeah. And
there's no turning back.
He's
once
like,
it's half hard.
I gotta go to the chemistry lab.
Yeah.
And it shows him in the chemistry lab. He's doing some fucking advanced equations.
I mean, look at him.
And
of course he is.
He's like, "Well, I'm going to smoke this joint in the chemistry class." And he uses a Bunsen burner to light it.
That's pretty metal,
and
though.
It does not work out. Dun, 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 dun. And then he's using nitric acid and he's coughing. And then he runs into the bathroom and he's puking. And then Simone threw a brick out the window.
Yeah.
And coach is like, "Simone, I think that's
Captain.
That's Captain."
Captain.
And coach is like, "Well, go find out who it was, Simone.
What the fuck happened
You
here?
need to get your attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
You need to get your priorities straight, Randall Pink Floyd."
He's like, "Dude,
I got your attitude adjusted priorities right here."
You just want to turn this.
So that's the way it is.
So he goes to
never
look.
get shotgun.
So then he goes looking for the guy who threw the brick, which was him. Really, this whole time, he went in to fuck with Marty.
He does.
And what does he do?
It's almost like this is planned. Like all this is planned somehow.
And it's so fucking mean. But I mean, and like the whole attitude throughout this whole movie, all these fucking teenagers are weird. Mm-hmm. So then, oh god, I'm way in the wrong. Hold on. Plans to go to
he
the gym.
goes to the chemistry classroom. Simone does.
Yes.
And he's fucking with the chemicals.
Yeah, he starts pouring like this white shit in one of the beakers, which I would think was cocaine, but it's not. He just has like a baggie of white powder that he pours into the beakers, and it kind of bubbles up. And then Marty came back from throwing up, and then team captain goes back, and he's like, "I lost the guy, coach."
Yeah, and he's like, he has like a sweater like put on, like
the rich guy
like
sweater.
A prep, like a preppy boy, and like the Saved by the Bell prep, I guess. And he's like, "I lost the brick throw, coach." And then it says back in the chemistry class, it doesn't go well for Marty.
It's going wrong. And
Marty.
It like catches on fire, and
It's a huge fire.
Yeah, he starts freaking the fuck out, and then what falls?
The nitric acid.
Acid.
It kept showing the nitric acid from this
it's like shaking.
viewpoint that I loved it. I loved how corny it was. And it falls finally, and it splashes him in the face. And he gets fired, and the whole class is suddenly on fire, and they.
Oh, it happens. It fucking escalates very, very quickly.
And then all the people that are in the detention,
Yeah.
they run up
Get it?
and they just sit there and like watch him burn. They don't try to help. They're just like, well, that's fucked up. And then there's a dream sequence.
Well, he tries, like, Hot Mom is like with him when he's on the stretcher.
Yeah.
And he chokes. She's like, Marty, Marty, I didn't know that it would get this far. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you went and then he reaches up and he grabs her neck and fucking starts choking her.
It's because he's mad.
She's like, I'm Marty and I'm mad. You can call me Mad Marty. And then again, she wakes up.
Yeah.
And it's obvious.
And she's older.
She's older because her hair's different.
Yeah.
And she's wearing a negligee.
Did you say negligee or negligee?
Negligee.
I think it's negligee.
Negligee. She's like...
It sounds like you're saying negligee.
She's fucking wearing
It's
underwear.
negligee.
She's got like this fucking lavish apartment and shit. So obviously she's older.
Cherish you
By the
for the rest of
moon
my
and the
life.
stars and the sky. Did I go to a different song there?
I think you did. And I swear. That's
Is
what
that
you
I
went.
swear?
You went with all
Okay,
for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, negligee. Isn't that 98 Degrees? I do cherish you for the rest of my life. So it's beyond my control.
All I do. Yeah, I
That's
think
all
so.
I know about it. That's
think
all
that's
the
it.
lyrics I got.
I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
I
think if I had one wish.
But she do.
I didn't know you had a fucking LFO impression because your voice changed. I take it if I had one wish. Because I think it's
Ooh,
fly when the
I
girls
just
stop
sold
by for
Kids
the
on
summer.
DVD.
For the summer.
You remember Kids with Telly and Casper?
Yeah. Okay, so then... God damn.
I only fuck virgins. That's my Telly impression. That's pretty good.
Oh,
Huh?
I got it. Pretty good, huh? I mean, you just want to talk on this one and we can wait for Slaughter High?
No, this is good.
I mean, I'm fine with just talking, too. Hey, Randall Pink Floyd. So, yeah, she's having a bad dream, and now she's an adult. And she's like an actress. And she's rich, and she'd rather go to her class reunion than be in some fucking
She gets a
dumb
phone call
movie.
from Manny.
He's like,
She's
"Hey."
like, Manny, I don't want to do the movie.
He's like, hey, gorgeous, I got a movie for you. Yeah, I do.
And I liked Manny. He was so like cheese dick and like,
Oh, yeah.
just the guy that you don't want talking to anybody that you're related to that's a female.
No. He's like, hey, pull the tits out. If you pull
He's
the
like,
tits
yeah,
out, it's fine.
It's fine, bitch.
Yeah.
She's like, I'd rather go to my reunion than do that picture. Apparently, she takes her clothes off a lot. That's what he's like. This time you get paid for it.
Oh, bada bing.
And someone is in her apartment while she is showering. It's a girl.
We have killer vision.
And Ricky and her are engaged.
Oh, it's her friend from high school.
Pollock thinks he is cool. Suit and tie in his Beetle. Because it flashes to a different scene. And it's Pollock. And he's the one that threw the brick through the window. I think I had his name wrong before.
I'm
What did I say his name
gonna stick with Captain.
Captain. Or we can call it Captain. Captain Pollock.
And he fucking hates Barry Manilow. They're like, and coming up on Doddsville.com.
Nice. .com.
It's like, Barry Manilow. And he's like, fucking Manilow, yeah, come on.
Yeah, he's like Saul from
What, from Jerky Boys?
no, it's Saul Rosenberg.
Yeah.
No.
Is that your Saul Rosenberg impression?
It is. I haven't listened to Jerky Boys for a while. This is it's Saul Rosenberg. No, from the one movie with Angela. What's it called? Why can't
Sleepaway Camp?
No. She's the demon. House of the Demon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to bring that character back.
Yeah,
it's
Saul.
like, the fucking Manilow on the radio.
Oh.
Always with the radio and
Oh.
the Manilow. Oh,
I
and now,
got my Beetle.
now the Kai working. Come on, this thing will work anywhere. Oh, look, there's a bitch hitchhiking.
For fuck's sake.
I'm going to call her a bitch hiker. What's up, bitch hiker? There's this at first my mind was blown because he was driving down this road and there's just a fucking girl there and she's like, hey, and then she gets in the car and she's like, captain of the football team, and he's
Yeah.
like, hey, bitch hiker,
Hey,
and then like
We know each other.
High school reunion or what?
What are the odds?
Couple brews. We kicking with the guys. Come on.
And then he picks a girl in the nose. His car breaks down. And guess who it is?
Bitch hiker.
No.
Oh, other friend.
Yeah. It's two people he knows.
Yeah.
Stella and Bone Crusher.
Oh man, I know nothing about these newfangled cars, right? We none of this. Not like this American.
And they literally give each other like the coolest fives where they're like,
They
put it behind
they
their
just
back.
like LeBron the whole thing. Like
it's very like Charlie Brown and Linus or something like that. And guess what? Skull Crusher fixes the car.
yeah, he's just like I got you.
And
But
I
does
call
he?
him Skull Crusher until the end.
But does he? Because it's a very clever shot. What happens here? Because we see him look down. He's like, I have it. Oh no, I'll have it fixed in no time. Then it cuts to like, hey, I'm driving my car again, but not really because the camera's gonna pull back and you're gonna see the rope attached to the Skull Crusher truck.
Really?
Yeah, he's not driving that car. He's getting towed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
it's what they call in the industry a joke.
Oh, okay. The school doesn't even have a parking lot. They finally
No.
get to the school. It's very odd.
I was so fucking
but
confused
this makes
by
sense
this.
in a bit.
Yeah, it makes sense in a bit.
So
but at
I'm
first,
okay with it.
It's like a top-down shot, and then you see like a crossroads, and they just like fucking park. Like they don't. There's no parking lot. They just park, and they're at the school all of a sudden.
So then comes my favorite part of the movie. Everyone's together, and all of a sudden this guy rides up on a motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
It's just awesome.
I didn't know if that was real or not. They're all sitting there like talking. They're like, "Oh, we're friends." Like, "Oh, we're
Yeah.
back in." It's like almost it's more ridiculous than Meatloaf. Like Meatloaf in Rocky Horror when he shows up at the end and fucking dies like right away.
Yeah.
This guy fucking flies by him like he knows what he's doing and then fucking spins out and like falls over.
Eats it. Yeah. It's just like, oh,
Maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
this parking lot used to be bigger.
We'll just give everybody that voice at this point. God damn. See, like I like doing these off memory, but then all of a sudden it's
Hold on. So guy comes up
oh
second.
yeah,
He eats it.
Frank
It's
made
Frank.
Frank made me laugh falling off the bike.
And he's like, "Who's got the beers?"
oh yeah.
Thinking maybe it's a
It's
joke.
like, it's like you don't need any more beers if that's how you're driving that motorcycle.
And so Invitation only has the people. Oh, Stella tells Bone Crusher she's freezing her butt off. Stella is not happy. And Carol is there now, and they're breaking in the school because they're like, all right, fuck this.
Well, it's so weird. They're the only ones there for this high school reunion.
Yeah,
like
there
you're
are no-
expecting like there's music, there's going to be lights, there's going to
Yeah.
be people there, and they're the only ones
Nobody
there.
seems to be concerned by that.
No. It's like,
It's raining, and I put, why are they still here?
Yeah.
And then they're in the school.
Well, the one makes a comment. Hot Mom says like, let's just go into town to a fucking bar,
Yeah.
and actually just drink and talk. Like
That
we
makes
don't
a
need
lot more
need
sense.
to go into this school. You know that, right?
Right.
So then they break in. Well, they start drinking in the parking lot, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, fuck this. Hey, there's a window. Windows break, huh?" And then,
Yeah. You know what I do to windows?
what?
I break them.
Break them all, Skull Crusher. And then
So they're in the school, and April Fool's hockey mask joke. I think by Bone Crusher. Oh, he scares somebody. He's like,
I'm
"Hey,
Jason. Like he says,
ooh,
Jason. Yeah.
April Fool's Day. Stella.
Hey, watch this. Boom. Gotcha.
Gotcha again. Toos. They're gonna go find their old classroom. Stella is unhappy. They go through the school, and then they come up on like a food and drink sign that's and it says "Welcome back," and they don't think it's weird how like their lockers are there.
Yeah,
Like,
it's only them.
just their lockers, along with some stuff that's apparently been missing for years. They're
Yeah.
like,
Their
oh,
shoes.
Their shoes. Oh, I haven't seen these gloves in years. And then there's the calculator, and there's an old note from Marty, and Marty's locker is there too.
Yeah, it's all them plus Marty's locker.
They open the locker, Marty's locker. Do you know what happens? Do you remember?
There's an animal.
There is.
It's a rat.
It's a rat.
It's a dirty
Marty's
rat. It's a dirty, dirty rat.
Oh, it's a rat.
Oh, it's like the pigeon of the ground. You know, What? What the fuck are you talking
And
about?
so then they're like, "Do you know what happened to that guy?
Like,
You know what happened to Marty?"
they're like, isn't it weird that we're all super happy even though we almost fucking murdered somebody in high school? It's kind of weird, right?
And they're like, "Do you know he had 6 months of plastic surgeries and the skin grafts didn't take?"
And he's in like an insane asylum.
And literally, the doctor said that he wasn't he wasn't able to be around other humans because he was so
Because
grotesque.
you would instantly throw the fuck up.
Yeah, and they were like, he flipped out.
Yeah.
Pollock says, you don't realize, we changed him.
Yeah.
Says he still roams the nut house looking for that chance to escape.
And he's
Says-
plotting to kill us.
Says he forgotten about them. He joined IBM.
He's like IBM or something. He's some fucking whiz kid, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
computers or something. Fuck them. Like I said, they are very nonchalant about almost murdering somebody.
Yeah.
If not, like they don't know. So actually, he could have died, and
Yeah.
they don't fucking
They
know.
don't really have an idea. And then they see, guess what they see now? Guess what? They don't see it, but we see. We little thing to come, little shadow of a Joker, or a
the
jester.
gesture.
And then they're just doing joints and
Yeah, but they're like,
cocaines.
oh, look at the fucking finger foods. Oh,
yeah, and then they're
and there's
like,
free beers and free finger foods.
free BS. I got cocaine
Yeah,
and
yeah.
joints.
It's like, hey, anybody got weed? No, but I got cocaine. Like, that works.
Yeah, and they're like, this is great. So two girls go to the bathroom.
This is great.
Pollock and Skullcrusher are winking at one another, and they're like, hey, girls, watch out for the boogeyman. And then somehow they beat the girls to the bathroom and they jump out at them, which is inexplicable.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, who's there?
The caretaker.
The caretaker.
Well,
who is
the janitor.
the janitor.
They're like, he's like, yo, what's up, fools? Like, what the fuck y'all doing
or a
here?
master of the custodial arts if you want to be a dick
Yeah.
or whatever he says. Yeah, strike that, reverse it.
Let's flip it. So then we find out that he's a caretaker and he's been taking care of this school.
And it's been closed for 5 years, which
Yeah.
explains the parking lot situation.
Yep.
So I'm okay with that now.
We're good. So far, logic solid.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So far, in
Yeah.
all reality, it is fairly logical.
Yeah. So then he's like, man, this shit's about to get torn down. I don't give a fuck what y'all do, but like, don't get any cops called. I don't feel like dealing with that shit.
He's like, I don't care what you do.
I don't care what you do.
Don't start no fires.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the one thing. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm cool with anything else. I just don't like fires.
I don't like. I mean, yeah, you were here. It was mostly your fault what happened. So don't do anymore.
Yeah.
And they're like, take it easy, old man. Here's a beer. Here, have a nice lager.
Yeah. He's like, okay, bye. And then we don't see much more of the janitor because what happens? Do you remember?
Jester shows up.
He does.
He's like, this.
What? Because he gets choked out.
And then, for some reason, after getting choked out, he fucking hammers him to the fucking door. He hammers his like,
Yeah.
or he nails. He puts nails through his hands in the door.
Which, honestly, at first I was like, well, that doesn't seem right. Why do you do that to the janitor? But the janitor could have stopped this.
That's-
But I don't know that Marty knew that, though. And that's where that's my first issue.
Yeah, and because I thought about the same thing too. Because this movie doesn't make you guess. You pretty much know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
For a second,
you're
you might think something
you're
different,
even
but-
behind it. Like, there's not every movie can you get behind the killer.
Yeah.
But, like, the I Spit on Your Grave type movies, like, you're like, I fucking hope that
Yeah.
the most horrible things happens to these people.
Yeah.
In this movie, you're kind of like, I don't know that everybody deserves it because everybody's played a joke like this, but this was a pretty fucked up
It's pretty
joke.
fucked up joke.
And they were like fucking tasing him, poking at him, and videotaping him, and
I took it as, but you're right. I took it as the janitor could have stopped it. But if Marty's in the shower,
yeah, he.
and if the water's on or off, or if you're about to get laid, you're not really paying attention, and you
Yeah.
can't see through the foggy door or like whatever that was. So he wouldn't have known the janitor was there. But I think that was the reason, is that the janitor had something to do with it, so he killed him.
For our sake, it made sense, but for Marty's sake, it didn't.
Yeah.
Next, it goes to the party, and they're partying, and they're doing a quarter funnel thing. Can you explain that better than I have? I just
Oh.
have quarter funnel thing twice.
No, okay, so what happens is that they have a funnel, and I'm guessing it's a beer bong or something like
Yeah.
that. And they're gonna play a trick on it because they have not been nice to these girls tonight, and the girls are like,
Who do they do this to? I think
It's
they
Captain.
The captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they put a funnel on his pants, and it's like, hey, if you like put this quarter on your head, and if you can drop it from your head into the funnel twice, I don't remember what they're gonna give him, but like they're like, hey, you can do this, and so he puts it on his head and drops it down his pants. Then he's like, what the fuck was so hard about that, you dames? They're like, nothing. But if you were listening, we said you had to do it twice. He's like, no problem.
Hey.
And so fucking puts the quarter in his head, and right before in there, like, close your eyes. And he fucking goes to put the quarter. They pour beer down his pants onto his pecker. And he goes, whoop, that's a frisky.
Yeah, and they're like, what, can you take a joke? He's like, no, I can take a joke.
Yeah,
I would be pissed. Like, if I had to spend the whole rest of the night all wet, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Do you know what he was supposed to get out of it? Like, what was the point of making it twice?
I don't remember.
Okay.
So it's after midnight now.
Yeah, and they're like...
Officially April Fool's Day. Mm-hmm. And Skip's like, I can take a joke.
Yeah. They're like, hey, Ted. Ted's like, yeah? Let's go shotgun a beer. Show us how it's done. You're the master. You're like the Mike Cropper of this movie.
Did you notice the weird shotgunning that he does? He does it from the bottom of the beer.
Yeah.
Really weird. I've never seen
and they call it something else. Like, they don't say shotgun the beer.
Yeah, that's what we always call it.
He does something else. So this fucking, he Mike Croppers it, just like opens beer gone. And he's like, oh, Ted still got it. Yeah, Ted. And he's like, I'm the cool guy in school. And then fucking, oh. And he fucking doubles over quick. Mm-hmm. And then his fucking
inside
gut, like his stomach slowly opens and his intestines just like fall the fuck out.
I love this.
Oh yeah, I'm not mad about it, but it's something I hadn't seen before, and I've seen scenes with intestines all that, but I've never seen just instantly something happens and their fucking stomach opens up and your insides come out.
Right.
And they all try to run out. They just fucking abandon Todd.
Time to go. So
Captain has one saying: when guts on the flow, it's time to go.
Somehow you almost made that rhyme like Eminem. So everyone raced down to leave, but they realize they're locked in. Mm-hmm. They get to the door. Oh, it appears we're staying the night.
There's a conundrum in Captain's head. Doors are made for opening. Doors are made for leaving. This door ain't doing neither.
No, it's just closed. It's permanent.
Yeah. I'd call this a wall.
Might as well.
But then my next note is, they can't get out of this school. One of the girls just goes up and decides she needs to take a bath.
Oh, yeah, because she got sprayed. So Shirley.
Oh, is that what it is?
She gets sprayed with blood when the gut comes out.
Okay.
And
I missed that part, so
I
was confused.
She kind of looks like Rosario Dawson from what I remember.
Yeah.
And so she's like, well, now seems like a really good time to take a bath.
That's why I was confused about it. Like, why is she taking a bath? And I thought that this might be a movie to play a joke on us about, like, there's going to be a dick.
Right.
And it's a horror movie. You're never going to see tits. And then she gets in the bathtub. She's completely naked.
I was confused at this. So, first of all, I was confused on why she was just like, well, I'm just freaked out and I'm going to just go take a bath. Why is there a bathtub in the women's locker room?
Oh, instead of showers?
And then why is there running water? So she draws a bath and just gets naked.
Yeah. And she's like, is this already, she's like scrubbing herself? Like,
yeah. So she's getting the shit off her. And the blonde guy's like, hey, who has the fastest car?
Mm-hmm.
And he gets out. I can't tell where he is.
Well, the windows are electrocuted.
Yeah.
Or the gates or
but
whatever.
Somehow he gets out.
He gets out. It doesn't make any sense how he gets out.
No, and it doesn't matter. Like, I don't understand why nobody else is like, well, let's go too.
Yeah, they all just stay there.
Yeah, they're all just like, let's see how he does.
I mean, you could consider that smart. Like, there's obviously somebody trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Why don't we have him go first, and then we'll go?
So he's sneaking TJ the car's card. Car's car started. Oh, everyone but now.
The car starts, and they're like, hot damn, he got his car started. Then out of the back seat, Jester.
Yeah. Better. Towards the end, yeah. At first, the sound effects were terrible.
I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're doing.
Or is it like a?
Ooh,
like a paper. That's like a paper ripping type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to get better with sound effects.
He gets killed. Knife to the back, and they all see their buddy
so it's not
dead.
even around his neck.
I don't think so.
So it's more of a.
Yeah.
And you got spine.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, well, this isn't gonna work.
Well,
And then-
that's a no.
And then the bathwater on Shirley gets turned brown, and she wanted to bathe more.
Yeah, she wanted to keep going. Well, I have one for you too. You say, why is there water? I made a note of, why is there still soap there?
Another good question.
But yeah, it turns brown and she keeps going and then it starts bubbling.
The only thing I could see is that the caretaker was actually living there. Maybe
Oh.
that's what it was. Because I do think they found like a bed of cot and shit.
Yeah, well, they start fucking on it later. So yeah, it starts bubbling. Didn't work like I thought. Thought that'd make bubble sounds. There it is.
Professional.
It starts bubbling, and I really like this fucking part. It starts burning the fuck out of her.
Yeah, she's burning.
And she sees the she sees the jester. Now, it started off rough because you see her face. Her face isn't even in the water or close to the water. She sees the jester, and her entire face melts off.
Yeah.
Just her
She,
face.
like, decomposes.
Like right there, you can see her skull, boom. And then all the kids come, the adults come back, and she's just a bloody skeleton.
Yeah.
That's the part I really liked.
And they're like, it's Marty. He's fucking with us.
IBM stands for
You know who this is.
I be Marty.
Yeah,
I here to kill you. That's what IBM stands for.
Yeah. And then Susan shows up, and they're like, "Oh, it's fucking Susan."
Which one's Susan?
She is the one who was gonna be late to the party and had a new fiance that went into the girl's house.
She was she scared her before.
Yeah, at the beginning, the main girl, and so she gets right in somehow. She walks up to a life-size pic of Marty.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Who the fuck painted this picture of Marty?
I don't know. And
It
how did
looks
they
great.
just now notice it?
Yeah, like why? Why was it there?
I don't know. And she just walks right up to it, and he grabs her from
It's
behind
like-
it. And I actually really liked it because I wasn't expecting it somehow.
His hands come out of the painting of
It
himself.
was Leatherface-ish, with the I don't know, it just surprised me.
And then Frank the Tank's like, I did see a tractor.
They said they saw a tractor,
But they said
it's
tractor.
inside.
Yeah, it's inside and it's a fucking riding lawnmower.
It is.
It's not a tractor. I mean, I guess when I think tractor, it's like
You
a
think
big.
really big?
Yeah, I didn't. When I saw it, I just kind of went, "That's not a tractor."
But in
and
the
I guess
80s,
it is.
I think we did call those tractors.
Those are tractors.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess my dad had one at Alkire, and I
And he
think
called
it was a
tractor.
tractor.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
Grant.
Grant, oh God, no, gotta cut the grass, Grant. It's a good tractor.
Grant cut grass, then we'll go see Newsies.
Yeah, Grant, come here. Gonna see Newsies? Don't tell your mother. What, Mel? Nothing, Elizabeth.
Well, they want to bust through the doors. Skull Crusher is going to try to get it started.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow they leave Skull Crusher to work. He's okay with it. He's
He's
just
like, it'll take an hour.
give me some time.
Yeah. Hey, count the 60 times. I got it. I don't know what that accent was. And
It's Italian.
uh,
So they leave him to work.
they leave him. Why don't they just stay there?
You know what?
And just hang out with
you
him?
know what happens, Skull Crusher?
What?
While he's gone working on the tractor,
I thought you were gonna make something
being
up.
a
That's
nice
what.
guy,
Yeah.
guess what
Oh.
Stella starts doing?
Stella's like,
Yo, Frank,
hey, yo, Frank. Hey, what that dick do though?
I really like you. And guess what?
Yeah.
Little Frank Jr.,
Yeah.
Little Skull Crusher Jr.,
Oh, see. Okay, so I haven't gotten to my notes yet. This is so fucked up. This moment in all this peril. Not only is she trying to get laid, which is usually something that happens in horror movies, like they want to fuck at the wrong time.
right?
She drops the fucking bomb on him.
Yeah.
That he has a kid.
Yeah, and his Skull Crusher thinks it's his kid, but not really. Guess what, Frankie? It's your kid, Frankie.
No.
There goes the waterworks, Frankie. Little Scrooge reference.
Yeah. So for some reason, because she's all like,
Niagara Falls.
she's like, no, it's Niagara Falls. Does he say Frankie after it?
I think so.
Does he? She's all like, I need the dick.
Yeah, and she's
then-
like, I hate the Skull Crusher works up trucks.
yeah, and he's like, no, don't worry about it. And then he doesn't want to fuck her, and then after she's like, that's your kid. He's like, all right.
Well, in that case, when in Rome,
Or when in Stella,
I have kids.
yeah, pull that pussy out. I have kids.
So Frank and Stella fucked, but Frank couldn't perform, and he's like, "What? Are you gay, Frank?" Literally, and they're fucking, and Stella tells him to talk dirty, and he's
Oh God. Okay, no, did I write this down? What he said? Oh, she's like, talk dirty, and he can't say anything. She's like, no, talk dirty. He goes, why? Like,
screw.
yeah, it's like him, like, and it's that weird movie shot where like covers or like sheets are on both of them. The girl's laying there fucking motionless, and the guy's just like rubbing against her. He goes, tits, screw,
Fuck.
shit. But
And
his
then,
dirty talking won't last that long.
no, because suddenly, what happens?
Bed is electrocuted.
Yeah, the bed like blows up, and they seemingly get electrocuted, and then Stella has blackface.
She does.
They literally gave Stella blackface. And Stella, ooh, what happened to your face?
Oh.
So they
I
both
thought I had
die. It's odd.
Yeah,
And
they both fucking.
so
die.
now there's only 3 left. So who do we have left?
So this is where I put a note too that this starts the same exact movie pulled from our Friday the 13th soundtrack.
Okay,
So then they find Tractor Guy.
tractor
And-
guy,
and
and then there's the
Team
quarterback,
captain. Yeah, he calls him
captain,
out.
and the main girl. What's her name? The girl that originally got him to go into the room.
I don't know. Hot mom.
It is.
Because they find Tractor Guy and team captain calls him out and Marty takes the bait. Cap finds a spear, and then they mention that April Fool's Day ends at noon. Yeah, why does April Fool's Day end at noon?
I have no
They're
idea.
like, after noon he can't do anything to us because April Fool's Day is over. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. Stella. Is it Stella?
I don't know. I don't have any of these notes. Because then I have they fall asleep instantly. So, oh yeah, he finds Stella. He has the spear. It's Stella. No, Stella fucked Frank. It's
Susan?
It's
No,
hot
Susan shows
mom
up.
and like the girl that's like kind of normal, like she understands everything, and then team captain. And
Carol.
They do the thing where they're
Carol.
like, we all have to stay awake, and he has like a fucking spear.
Yeah.
And then instantly, team captain falls asleep.
Yeah.
And he wakes up and he checks out in the hall and he gets taken. The 2 girls wake up and the 2 girls leave the room. Do you know what happened to Captain? What happened, Captain?
My notes are so wrong.
He was hung.
Oh, yeah, he was hung, yeah.
He was hung and there's like a chair or something underneath it.
Pollock has a pole, goes down the room. April Fool's Day ends at noon, question mark. One chick says it's their fault. Pollock and Shower Girl says he just has to stay awake. Cut to him sleeping.
Yeah.
Immediately, like you said.
Yeah.
Goes to investigate a noise and gets taken from behind.
Ooh.
Now the brunette is leaving. Pollock is in a noose and hung, but the rope breaks.
But Jester didn't see the rope break.
Yeah.
He, as far as he's concerned, team captain's dead.
Then they go in the bathroom and they find that the bathtub is empty.
Yeah, the bathtub. Oh, we missed Tractor Guy.
It's very it goes very quick. I did have it kind of because they go to find him. Door opens on Skull Crusher. He's like, "Yo, can I get a wrench?"
Hey, I'm fixing the fucking thing for you assholes. Can I get a wrench?
And then Marty
I hope
undoes.
nobody's fucking my girl.
He does. He undoes the jack. Undoes the jack.
That's what I was saying. That doesn't sound right.
Skull Crusher. He holds the truck up for some time. Skull Crusher.
He does. He fights this shit.
Yeah.
He ain't going down easy.
And then guess what? Guess what Marty does? He starts the fucking tractor.
He starts the blades.
And the blade goes and it starts slicing his arms to make it drop.
because
The
he's
truck
pushing back.
comes
He's
up.
like, "You are not gonna fucking do this, Skull Crusher. You're
What
not
a
gonna
great fucking
do it."
death!
Yeah,
Like he's lifting. He's a hero. He's fixing the truck to get everybody out of there, and then he fucking lifts the whole thing for a while. But then the blades get the best of him, and just a little bit at a time starts to chop his.
Yep.
Oh.
Just
And that was before. That happened before Frank and Stella started fucking.
Yeah.
And Frank couldn't perform. And she's like, "Are you gay?"
Some. Why does she have that voice now? Yeah. So sometimes here at Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab, we get a little out of order, so we apologize.
Yes,
but now we are back on track.
They go to the bathtub. They find the bathtub that deep, and then they find what I imagine was either Marty's quarters or the janitor. I'm not 100% sure. It's not well explained.
The garage is clean, where the tractor incident happened.
Yeah.
Everything's cleaned up.
Yeah.
And then the video starts playing.
They hear a commotion, and they're like, "What the?" It sounds like a ton of people
Hey, girl, what is
in
that?
a room, like a party.
Hey, bitch.
And they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
What
Yo,
is that?
we should go investigate.
We should become private investigators. They call pies over there, you know? Hey.
Hey.
Oh.
And they find out that it's the video playing. The original video of Marty in the
camera
shower.
crew video. You see the swirly again. You see him in the shower.
Yeah. Nancy runs away. What's her name? Nancy?
I don't know.
She gets outside. Jester is there. And she falls into some sort of nasty like water thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Oh,
is it
yeah, it
just
is
like
Nancy.
the waste or something? Is it the sewer?
Yeah, he kicks her back down, and then I guess she dies.
She's
Like
died.
she gets out, and then like it's really awkward.
It didn't make any sense because if she could climb out once,
yeah, and then
just because you pushed her back down, she could climb up again. But he fucking leaves her.
I say push her back down is the most like uneffortless.
Yeah, he just he like does it with his foot, doesn't he? He's like,
yeah, I mean, and he like it's almost like what you would do if you were petting a cat with your foot.
Yeah,
like there's just not much to it. So Carol is all alone.
She's doing the old hide in the bathroom, feet up
She's
trick.
hiding in the toilet.
Yep.
But the toilet starts to bubble
With blood.
This is like the first thing that you're like, well,
Yeah.
how did he do this?
How did he do that one? And then Marty busts through again. Oh,
and
no,
it starts to
wait,
bubble,
no.
and it comes up with blood.
Yeah, does
and
she
she
run
tries
out-
to flush, and it makes it worse. And she runs, and she has a bat, and she finds someone hanging there. Mm-hmm. And then the jester pops out.
Of the Marty painting.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
This
didn't-
confused me because if it's paper and you put your hands through
Maybe
it,
he has a couple copies.
maybe, yeah, you're just like, well, I'm going to
I
get
made
another one now.
2.
Yeah. That's a gesture reference.
Did this movie remind you all of Toxic Avenger?
It's been so long since I've seen Toxic Avenger.
Maybe we need to do that one because
We can do that
I
one.
love Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. I have seen it. I think that's like the only trauma I've seen. I'm not a big trauma fan.
I haven't seen a ton.
I can't even say that because I haven't even seen it. It's just like the covers and some. It's just like.
Oh, you've never seen Toxic Avenger?
No, I've seen Toxic Avenger. I'm just saying like the rest. Like I say, I'm not a trauma
I've always
fan,
wanted
but
to see
I
like
haven't
Class
seen.
of Nukem High, and
Yeah.
there's a few other ones that I want to see. But I like all the Toxic Avengers. They're so stupid.
I've
but
only seen the first one.
I like all of them.
There's Tromeo and Juliet. Get it?
Yeah, see, I'd watch that. Like, I like this silly stuff. But go on.
I don't know where the fuck we were. So when he busts out of the painting, and then there's
She has a bat. Finds
this is,
someone hanging.
this is the one time I was over it because like she runs for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of running right
And
now.
the lights start to pop out on her as she's running, and so it's one of those hallway shots.
Yeah.
Where the lights start to like pop as she's running past them.
Which I always do like.
Yeah, I liked it too, but still,
There's just
again,
so much
it
running.
didn't make sense because everything kind of makes sense, and then all of a sudden, it seemed almost like Marty had supernatural powers, and that didn't make any sense.
But then he catches up to her, grabs her. She gets away, and she finds an axe, and she's hiding in one of the rooms.
Yes,
And then she hears something.
I loved this.
And
This
it
is
fucking-
this is a great idea.
A figure pops out, pops through the door. No thinking, just axe right crack in the fucking
Yeah,
dome.
the hatchet face,
Just
hatchet head.
Dome piece fucking split. But it's not Marty.
It's not.
It's the team captain. I did like that a lot because it was like, oh my God, he got away from the fucking hanging. He's going to live. Like,
Yes.
he's going to be part of this. And he didn't. She killed him.
It was so sudden, and you didn't see it coming. It was one of those things that literally, like, I was with you. Like, I was almost getting a little bit, because some of these ends of horror movies can get a little bit like long, and it was one of those things that made me like
It got you back into
yeah,
it.
it did. It gave me a second life into it.
So I'm guessing that the joke, God damn it. The jester, I have that she throws the jester through a window.
Pushed
and then
Jester through a window.
She thinks that she's
and it's
good.
noon. I put so obviously it's all over.
So yeah, April Fool's Day is over, but he ain't dead. And then there's another chase, and then she hides.
But I love this chase. Jester is running so fucking fast, and he has the javelin poker with him.
Oh yeah,
And he is running like the Dickens. And she hides in the girls' locker room. Same shower.
in the shower. This is where in the shower
where
that
it
he was
all
naked in.
began.
Dun, dun, dun,
And
dun, dun,
Marty
dun,
takes
dun,
the
dun,
masks
dun,
off
dun, dun, dun,
and stabs her in the chest and laughs.
Yes.
And he says, "April Fool's Day, you motherfuckers."
Mm-hmm. She even gets it. No one makes it out alive.
I put someone starts to whistle. Heard a whole bunch of people calling his name. He goes into a fogged up room. Ghosts are haunting him. I put Marty is like the Invisible Man. Was this all a dream? Oh.
But then all of the people that he just killed start to show up and they're dead. They're like zombies.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming after him. He can't get away from them. Stella's there. Frank's there. Skull Crusher's there. Everybody's there. Skull Crusher. Marty.
And the ghosts are haunting him. And then Marty's like the Invisible Man.
Mm-hmm. But don't worry. It's a dream.
And then Marty stabs the doctor.
Because he's in the psychiatric ward and he is crazy. And I think that basically what Captain America said is that at one point he went to the crazy bin, loony bin, was plotting their deaths and then coming after them. So that was him. So none of these people actually died.
Or was this the start of it, and it was the start of him getting out?
That's what I always thought, is that that was actually how he planned it out in his head.
And maybe that happened, and it was the flashback of him starting
and
it.
he stabs the doctor. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think you can put whatever spin on it you want.
Okay. But yeah, so he stabs the doctor at the mental hospital, and I guess gets out.
Yeah, that's the way I took it, is like he was having a dream. This is what happened in the dream. He stabs the doctor for it to come to fruition. So what were you watching, the dream or it coming to fruition? That's up to you.
Slaughter High. I fucking love this movie.
I really liked it.
I'll say this is a 7.
I'd say this is more of a 6. I think this is a true 6.
Damn.
Maybe even 6.5.
Am I too nice? See, I'm not good at middle ground. Like, I really like something, or it's just like, eh.
So here's the issue with 10. It's hard to give a 10 to anything because something better could come out.
Yeah.
And you never
But
know
I think
when that's
some
going to come
things
out.
are safe. I'll give The Shining a 10.
See, and I wouldn't give The Shining a 10.
I'll give The Bride of Frankenstein a 10.
I might give that a 10.
I wouldn't. I'd give I'd like to give Halloween a 10. I don't see any problem with that movie.
It gets a little boring at parts.
Yeah, but I love it so much. The music.
I like it too, but I'd probably give that like a 9.3.
Wait, we're breaking it down between not even halves.
Oh, you can do whatever you want.
You're going decimal point by decimal point.
Sure. But I mean, but Halloween 3 for me,
I see cracks forming in this relationship.
Halloween 3 for me is like a 9.7. But that's my opinion. Like everybody's going to have it based on their own opinion.
Yeah, that's the problem too.
Yeah.
And it's every time, like when we were giving movies ratings in the beginning, like the fucking scale. I think I'm going to give this a 7, and I think I gave Silent Night, Deadly Night like 7.5. I want to say at some point.
I think it was
like,
less than that because we had watched it and we were like, man, this isn't as good as like I remember it because I feel bored.
Yeah. But yeah. So far, this is one of the better ones that we've
She's
watched.
clear, by the way.
Oh, okay. This is one of the better ones I feel like that we've watched, or like at least I had fun with, and I think it is. It's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
I do like rewatching movies because I don't have to pay so much attention. I can do more notes.
Yeah.
This one, like when you watch a new movie, you have to do both. But I was able to do it with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of fun, and I appreciate your pick. It beat my pick of last time, of Waxwork.
Yeah.
So.
And I thought Waxwork, when it first started, I was like, man, we're going to watch 2 really good movies.
Yeah.
Because I really liked Slaughter High. And you know how I feel about slashers. I don't love them.
Mm-hmm.
This one worked for me. I thought it was really good.
Everything made sense.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part. But
Yeah.
yeah, everything makes sense.
And it didn't get too long, even though
Yeah.
it was just fun. I just enjoyed it, and then but there's some movies that when we rewatch, like I hadn't watched My Bloody Valentine in years. I loved My Bloody Valentine, and immediately I was like, I'm buying this on Blu-ray. Like
I think I showed it to you that. No, what did I go buy?
You bought Valentine.
About Valentine, yeah.
But for my birthday, I asked for my parents had given me an allotment of money, and I was just like, well, they were giving that sale, so I got a whole bunch of stuff. The Howling was one of them, and then everything else is still coming. And I actually bought one movie that I hadn't seen, and I'd seen some shirts and stuff like that for. Are we really gonna? Do I just say have a movie?
Have a movie.
Or watch a movie? I bought The Shocker.
Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gal.
This is